Alright, so we gotta get a loaf of bread. Okay, we gotta do a loaf of bread. That is how we do it. We're gonna get my good knife, my real good knife. Quite a bit of money for this. Bought it when I worked at Genji's, a Japanese steakhouse. Real good. So, of course, you gotta cut it. And you put your bread inside here. Oh yeah, it's pretty fun to cut. You ever done cutting? Especially when you got dice. Now that's what's fun. Dice. Some onions, peppers. Oh, now that is what's fun. Gelatin them. As you see, we already have a whole loaf of bread cut. This is your first step. Thank you. Okay. Now it's time to make the water part. And here's how I do this. Okay? The water part is what's going to make your bread, the pudding. The whole 9 yards for your bread pudding. So, here's how we're going to start this. Need 2 1/4 cup of milk. You put it in a pot. As so. Then you will want to take a 1/2 cup of butter. And always make sure it is even. Turn your stove on to medium heat. Let the butter and the milk go into a granulate. And I'll show you how that goes finish in a second. Okay, as you see, it's starting to boil. This is what we want. We want that nice concept of that boil. Now, to granulate, what we have to do is we need to put 1 cup of sugar in. Like so. Now, with that sugar, you're going to granulate this milk and butter mixture. This is where the nice concept. Because usually beforehand you'd put like some of these ingredients onto the bread, and no, I don't do that. No, to me that just ruins the bread. So what I do now, you can take a look with that sugar. You have that nice, pretty color right there. You always want that nice, pretty color. Then, what you're going to do, and now you're going to start adding your ingredients. So, I need 1 teaspoon of clove. So you take your clove and you add your teaspoon in there. Then I need a teaspoon of cinnamon. So you add your cinnamon in there. A teaspoon of vanilla extract. Add that into there. Then you need some nutmeg. You want a half a teaspoon of your nutmeg. So you only fill your teaspoon halfway, and that will give you your half point. There's your nutmeg. And you'll need the same with ginger. Sort of like doing a pumpkin pie, but without the pumpkin. And my special ingredient I like to add with this too is a couple rings of honey. And then come over here, you mix that bad boy up. And you get this nice, really pretty color with all this mixed in that looks just like that. Now the last key is they say to put your egg on top of the bread. No. Here's the quick, easy way, and it doesn't cook it. Put your eggs inside there. Mix it real quick just to get that egg to that heat mixture. Then it goes all throughout the bread, perfect and nice and even. This is the best way to make your bread pudding, and it comes out nice and good. So you let it sit for about a minute on top of the bread, in which you see pours right onto the bread, nice and pretty. Then you're going to take your spoon, mix it up real nice. Real nice. This is the pretty bread pudding. And a lot of my foods, I do use honey, like on a lot of my foods. It gives that ultra sweet, healthy taste. Is what I like to call it. So you got that mixed, and here's what I also do. I'll take a tablespoon. Now I'll add in another tablespoon of sugar. Sprinkle it all around. Then you're going to take cinnamon and do a tablespoon of cinnamon. Spread it all around. And mix it up again. That will give you your extra sweet to the bread pudding. Alright. For a commercial break, I'll be back in 1 minute. Now, the rest of the part, you want to spray your pan. Welcome back. Spray your pans. I don't have my lasagna pan. It's been used. So I'm just going to use these dishes, 8x8 and 9x9. So, you're going to take all that. You're going to put your mixture, just a little bit of mixture, because you don't want to overstuff. You want it just enough to coat that bottom because it's going to fluff up. Just like so. So to make it easier to spread it out, which is a very helpful thing to have if you don't already have it. Move, Nick! You will want a spatula. And that gives you the effort to move it just right. To spread it out to give it that equal parts. This has a little too much. Take that, put that over here. Give it a little more even. And just like that, this is your bread pudding. Now, what I like to do to give it a little bit of good coat, I'll take the cinnamon, put it in a tablespoon, And then I'll take pinches and give it that little bit of flavor while it's cooking on the top. This here gives that little bit of extra power. And that is all, folks. Now it goes in your oven on 350 for 25 to 35 minutes or until golden brown. Thank you. And I hope you enjoy my show. Bye.